Hello everyone, welcome to AI for HR. Right from the start of screening, recruitment, interview made easy addition. So I'm really excited that you are here because you have just stepped into the future of HR. So let me start with something being very honest now. If you have been feeling overwhelmed with hiring lately, too many resumes, too many open roles, too little time, trust me, you are not alone. Every HR professional we've coached across India or globally anywhere, they are all feeling the same. The pressure to hire fast, the pressure to hire the best. Recruitment has changed. Candidates are using AI to write resumes, managers want faster hiring, job boards are flooded, and HR is expected to deliver more with fewer resources. But the good news is that you also have a superpower, which is AI now. So AI is going to assist you in every possible step that involves the whole recruitment process. So this is actually not scary. It is not complicated. Okay. So in this course, we are going to talk about how to write professional job descriptions in minutes, how to source candidates faster using smarter Boolean searches, screen hundreds of resumes without the burnout, create interview questions instantly, evaluate candidates objectively, and even automate your follow-ups and communication. And everything is going to be powered and backed by AI. And of course, you do not have to be a technical person, you do not have to know coding, any expensive software, nothing is needed. Okay? If you know how to use social media, if you know how to type a message, you're good to go ahead with this. So, HR actually is no longer the same job it was even 2 years ago, right? If the HRs are buried into too many CVs, too many open roles, too many follow-ups, too many urgent hiring. So whenever you get a job from your manager or from your senior management about the hiring request, it is always urgent. And then you are experiencing the pressure every HR professional around the world is facing today. And it makes sense because the workplace has changed dramatically. Candidates apply in bulk, even irrelevant. People who are irrelevant, they do not even read the JD properly, but they apply. So you have to deal with that also. Managers expect speed. Resumes are getting more AI polished because now candidates are also using AI extensively to draft their resumes and to incorporate everything possible into their resume so that it is ATS friendly. And HR teams are asked to hire faster with fewer resources. Now, you are expected to deliver more, but with less time and less support. So what you have to do is ultimately you have to take the support of AI over here. AI has become the biggest opportunity for HR since the invention of the application, the ATS, which is the applicant tracking system. Okay, so this is a huge tool that you have for to manage the whole process right from the start to the end. For the first time ever, HR can screen resumes instantly, generate interview questions in seconds, write job descriptions in minutes. Yes, you can do that. Automate follow-ups, analyze candidate fit, and reduce hiring costs dramatically. So for all this job to be done, we're going to use some tools. We're going to talk about that. Not only AI, we are using some other, we're going to talk about some basic tools that you can incorporate to filter out and to ease out the whole process. Okay. AI is not here to replace HR. AI is here to give you, that extra superpower. And you are here to learn how to use those powers. So you have to be very mindful when you are using those powers. You should know how to use it and where to use it and how appropriate it is for you to spend time on that certain tool. So we're going to talk about the first part, which is recruitment is now speed driven, right? Earlier, we had this 30-40 day hiring cycles. Now the top talent gets hired in 3 days and 3 to 5 days maximum. So that's the target you have. Companies don't want delays, candidates don't want waiting, and AI helps you shortlist and respond faster day and night. So this is a system which is also going to work outside your working hours. Next, one more challenge is that the application volume has exploded with the job market. Everybody wants to if you're already it was a very traditional method, where people used to resign, they used to serve the notice period, they used to start looking for a job. But now I've seen people, candidates, they are applying to hundreds of companies hiring, and even though they are getting the offer letter, they have the offer letter in hand, but still they want to keep exploring the offers till they join the new company. Or also I've seen people resigning after a week because they got a better offer. So it's a complete chaos now. So the application volume has exploded. So you have to be very mindful about what you are hiring, who you are hiring. A single entry level posting gets 150 to 400 applicants. This is a very basic minimum number. Many generated by AI and many are irrelevant. I would say out of 400 applicants, I would say around maybe 300 are irrelevant. So manually screening is not possible anymore. AI helps you filter, sort and highlight the best. So that's where the first step that you have to incorporate AI is that, which is very important, which is a mandate for you now. It is not about having that swag of using AI now. It has become important for you to inculcate AI into your whole regime of hiring. Otherwise, you are left behind. You have so much to do. Of course, a major shift here is that candidates are using AI too. Okay, this is a huge shift. Candidates now use ChatGPT to write resumes, Gemini to answer interview questions, Claude to write cover letters, and Canva to beautify or design their CVs. Meaning HR must be smarter, not slower, because with the high usage of AI by candidates, it is very important for you as an HR to build in the same mechanism so you can also fight with whatever challenges you have been facing. So if you do not know how to keep up with those challenges, if you do not know how to deal with them, you are left behind, and then you end up hiring the wrong person. Next, skill-based hiring has become the new norm. Companies now care more about capabilities, performance, behavior, and learning ability rather than just degrees or a certain qualification. Of course, that is important. That is the first part of screening. But then now companies want people who are smarter, who can adapt fast to changes, who are AI ready. They have a good learning ability. So rather than degrees or tenure, AI helps you build better assessment for this. Next, HR is now a strategic function. It is no more a basic function where you are managing payrolls, or you're just doing those daily, or you're just conducting your Friday activity. It has become a strategic function. AI removes admin work. So whatever admin work you were doing, like just maintaining the daily leave sheet, or just putting in the punch in punch out timings, managing those things has to be removed now. So now, what is the benefit here? If you remove those admin work from your list, you get more time for talent strategy, employer branding, culture, performance, and retention, of course. So you are no longer required to do that admin work. Okay, so you have to make the most use of it so that you can display, you can present yourself as the most efficient in your role. So you have to incorporate AI somehow in your, we'll talk about it, how to go about it, what is the first step and everything. So now, since the admin repetitive work has been removed from the HR role, you have more time for talent sourcing, employer branding, building the culture of the company, having conversations, performance, team building, and retention. So now, if you incorporate these extra skills into your HR field, your career is going to move upward, because you are doing so much more rather than just basic HR activities, which was very prominent few years back. Now, where AI fits in the recruitment cycle. This is the part most HR professionals are completely unaware. Here's the full hiring life cycle and exactly where AI fits into each step. So we're going to talk about each different cycles of recruitment and we'll see how AI is fitting into those roles, okay? Step 1, job role clarity. I hope you guys can see the text here. AI helps you to convert manager notes into structured JDs. So, we've had those cases when we are working and the manager comes in and we're looking for a marketing specialist with the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, pointers they have. They're just saying it verbally and just moving. And you do not even have the time to note that. And also you are in a shock, surprised, what happened? You have no clarity around that. So now AI is going to help you convert your manager notes into structured JD. So if you have those vague notes from the manager that we want someone from this domain, from this industry, with this skill, with this achievement of target, with this mentality, everything is just unstructured. You do not know what to write, what is mandatory, what is not mandatory, what should be included, what should be excluded. So now with AI, you can convert your manager notes into structured JDs. You can create competency frameworks, define must-have and good-to-have. So now the JD drafting has become much easier with AI. So now the first step, you have the job role clarity, like what role you are hiring for and other tips and bits of information from your manager or your senior management. Next, job description writing, which is the most important part, because this is what you're going to this is what it is going to decide what kind of applicants you get. But then of course I know your pain, even the best of JDs get irrelevant applicants. So that's something a part and parcel of the whole system. Just try to accept that. Nothing can be done around that. Next, AI can instantly produce JD for portals. Now, there are different ways you can post JD on different portals, on Naukri, LinkedIn, Indeed, or your company website. So there are different ways you are posting the JD, or also maybe on your personal feed on LinkedIn. So now AI can instantly produce JD for portals, JD for internal use, JD tailored for LinkedIn, JD for DEI compliance, JD with industry specific language. So it is going to save 90% of your writing time. So you can give in the data, whatever your manager or your senior manager has described, and you put it into AI. AI is going to give you a well-crafted JD. Okay. Next, so you have the clarity now, you have the JD. Now the third step is candidate sourcing. AI helps you build Boolean strings. So if you are hiring via LinkedIn, you know how important it is to have that Boolean search mechanism to work for. So AI is going to help you build those Boolean strings. So you do not have to put a lot of brain behind that. Identify candidate personas, create personalized outreach messages. Now if you have to do a message to a certain set of applicants and they all fall into the same category, so AI is going to help you draft those personalized messages also. Write follow-up templates, target the right profiles. This massively improves response rate. Next, resume screening. Compare resumes to JD. So now I'll tell you one thing, the candidates, what they are doing, they are also, doing reverse engineering, because I have a course around that, wherein, candidates are seeing the JD and they are drafting the CV according to the JD. Of course, nothing irrelevant, but then yeah, this is called reverse engineering. So now you also have to understand that, you have to, your CV that is in front of you has to match with the JD. So who's going to do that? You cannot just do that manually because you have so many applicants. AI can do that for you. Comparing resumes to JD, highlight strengths. Now supposedly if you want to highlight if a strength is a mandatory requirement for a certain role, okay? So now what happens, you can put those CVs into AI and it is going to give you a summary or a comprehensive study of the CVs of the candidates who may be a good fit for you. Flag red flags. If you need, some pointers are a no-no for you, for your company, it can flag those also. It can rank candidates on the basis of the best fit to the least fit. This is going to save you hours, especially in high volume roles. Now, if you are hiring for a sales executive, so you have thousands of applicants, you have 2 to 3 job openings, so it is going to ease out the whole process. Next, step 5, assessment and skill evaluation. Build role specific assignments. Okay, so if you are planning to put in some assignments for the evaluation of the certain role, some test or anything that a written test or something that has to be done by the candidates, the AI will help you to build those also. Create MCQs, create case studies, generate evaluation rubrics, score submissions, whatever you want, it is going to be done by AI. Everything becomes objective rather than subjective now. So the clarity around the whole process, it's so much more that you can actually concentrate more on things that AI can't do now. So these things AI can actually help you with. Next is the interview preparation. Tailored interview questions. Now this is a very important part. When we are hiring, we've done all the sorting and everything, and we have 10 shortlisted CVs in front of us, and now the next step is to have an interview session which is really going to show is that candidate a good fit for you or not. So now your interview, the basic level of screening. Now supposedly if you as an HR, you are doing the first level of screening, what questions to ask, how and what should the answers actually be, what should the ideal answers be for you to shortlist that candidate. Everything can be done by AI now. AI generates tailored interview questions for a specific role, behavior-based questions, scenario-based questions, role-specific questions, and technical question sets. So whatever you're looking forward to, what kind of judgment parameters you want the candidate to face, you can build your questions around that with AI. You can even ask AI to act as a candidate for mock interviews. Just you can put in a prompt that act you are a candidate, and then you can, whatever questions the AI has given you, you can ask those questions to AI and you'll see the responses coming in. Now what happens once you see those responses coming in, you can actually see what is the probability, what kind of answers you can get, and then you can again ask AI if somebody is answering in such a way, is that a good answer, is that candidate relevant. Okay, so now you can play with AI both sides. You can give questions, you can ask the AI to pretend as a candidate, and then you can take the judgment feedback also from AI. Next, candidate communication. AI is going to help you with follow-ups, thank you emails. Now if you are rejecting a candidate, it is always a good gesture to say a thank you note for their time, and just tell them that we want to keep in touch with you for future roles or whatever stuff. Rejections, next step summaries, or even offer communication. So everything can be handled by AI. So now you do not have to sit down and draft those emails. All in your tone and format. So whatever tone or format you want, you can put that prompt, and then it is going to start giving you results. Next, and of course do not get confused, we're going to talk about different tools who are going to help us to achieve those goals. So this looks very nice and rosy, but then of course we have to get the practicality of the whole situation also. So we are going to see throughout the course how can these things can actually be achieved with AI. So this is not a theory course. We're going to see some examples also. Next is the offer onboarding, which is the last step of hiring. So you have your you can generate offer letters, onboarding checklist, welcome emails, any plans you have, 60, 30, 90-day employee onboarding plan, handbooks, anything. This creates a smooth, polished HR experience. So now your candidate is also experiencing something very more professional, something fast, something more polished. So in short, AI supports hiring from the moment a position opens until the candidate is fully onboarded. So now you see how the process starts, right from taking the notes from your manager to hiring for that role. Everything can be supported by AI, and this is end-to-end transformation is actually massive. Next, we're going to talk about the tools we are going to learn in this course. Okay. ChatGPT, a very common one that you guys I'm sure you guys know about that. I'm still, maybe many of you are still using that also. So which is going to be your core HR assistant. It can be used for JD's writing, interview question, resume evaluation, assessment, candidate communication, and offer letters. So you can use ChatGPT for these things. Next, Gemini. It is great for long-term writing, analysis, generating structured data, comparing multiple resumes, and creating documentation. So you can use Gemini for these things. Next, a very good tool is Claude. It is known for deep reasoning. Now, if you're hiring for a very complex role or a very senior role, you can use Claude. Deep reasoning, review long resumes, detailed scoring, evaluation of assignments. Now, you can use Claude for these purposes. Next, Notion AI. Perfect for organizing HR tasks, building candidate scorecards, creating process documents, and managing workflows. Because when you are hiring, when you are into recruitment, you yourself has to be organized. You should have an organized structure, your to-do list, right from step 1 to step 10. So you have to have a very organized way of dealing with things. You have to have a very organized way of communicating and getting the whole process done. So it is going to help you to build up process around yourself as an HR. Okay, so right from the fact when you are getting the note from the manager or the senior management about hiring, and it does not end where the candidate is onboarded. It goes beyond that. So giving the employee handbook, making sure that the onboarding is smooth and is a good experience for the candidate. You have to be organized. So your workflow has to be set so that you do not keep wasting time on that same things again and again. So your workflow has to be managed. So you can use these AI tools for that. Notion AI. Next, GHL workflows, which is the go high level flows, which is an amazing tool to use. Now, if you want to send automated follow-up reminders, candidate status change, email plus WhatsApp communication, onboarding touch points. So it is it creates a whole funnel. It creates the whole step-by-step processes that you can incorporate, and it is completely automated. Do not get overwhelmed with so many tools. We can try one by one. We can see how it is working for you. Maybe all are not relevant for you, but then this is what we feel is a good start if you want to incorporate AI. But then it's okay if you do not want to use all. You can just start, try, log in and see how it is helping you. Because AI is all about, practice. It is all about experiences. What is working for you, which tool is working for you, which tool is comfortable for you. Next, we also have certain bonus tools that you can use. It's not mentioned here, but then yeah, it's mentioned here. So it's depending on the role you need, you can use Canva, Make.com, Excel AI for data reports, Loom for any AI training, or Loom plus AI for any training videos. These are extra bonus tools that you can use. But Canva, I think, is used a lot by candidates for resume building. And if you want to just draft a JD in a particular format with your company logo and stuff, you can go ahead and use Canva for that. So now we're going to wrap this up, the introduction, with a one powerful message that AI is not replacing HR. AI is not replacing HR. AI is upgrading HR. Now it is up to you. You want to be upgraded or you want to remain in that same level. If you are not really looking forward to incorporating AI into the whole process, right from the recruitment to your daily activities, then you're going to lag behind, and then you're going to come and blame AI, saying that AI took away my job. No, it did not. You were not updated enough. You were not upgraded enough to incorporate AI into your daily activities. That is why you got replaced. So with this course, the aim is to become the next generation HR force. This course will guide you step by step through every major AI tool and every stage of hiring. So we try to give you real examples, prompts, templates, and real HR situations. Whatever we've experienced, we need to try and share that with you. So the purpose is for you to run an entire recruitment cycle using AI confidently and professionally, keeping the company data policies and everything intact. So next we're going to move to the next lesson and see how it goes.